Hello, and welcome to Not Just Books. I'm Dolores Greenwald, the Executive Director of the Williamson County Public Library, and it is so good to be back. We have had to take a break from our regular taping due to some unforeseen pandemic, but I am glad to be back today, and I have two very special guests with me. Stephanie Wycihowski, who is head of our children's department at the main library, and Jeffy Nicholson, who is our adult services supervisor at the main library. And we're going to talk a little bit about the summer reading program and also about reference and circulation services, how the pandemic has kind of affected us so far. So stay tuned if you want to keep your kids reading over the summer. Listen to my interview with Stephanie, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and I am so pleased to have with me Stephanie Wycihowski. She is our children's library manager, and we are having a great summer reading program, but it is quite different from what we've done in the past, isn't it, Stephanie?
It is. This year is very different. Thank you for having me, Dolores.
Thank you.
This year's theme is called Imagine Your Story, and so it's different ways of telling your story. So we've got a combination of things, but this year we're using an online platform for summer reading called Beanstack, and so we have both a URL that can be used to register both on a laptop or a home PC, and then there's also a mobile tracker app that can be downloaded for your phone from your iTunes or Google Play Store, which is really a different thing. It's kind of fun. We're always trying to change things up with summer reading year to year.
Can they start from our website?
Yes.
Okay.
If you go ahead and
WCPLTN.
Yes, if you go ahead and visit our website, wcpltn.org, it gives you that URL, but I can also give it to you. It's williamsoncounty.beanstack.org if you want to go there directly. And you'll just go ahead and register, and you can register the whole family at one time. You can register yourself as an adult and then all of your children in your family, because we have challenges for summer reading open to everyone. So babies all the way through to adults, we have challenges for that involve reading, involve activities, maybe even writing reviews.
Yeah, give us a couple of examples.
Sure. We have a Tiny Tots program, which is an early literacy program, and that is for the youngest age level, the 0 to 3, and that has a lot of early literacy steps that it follows with its activities and the reading that we're asking them to do. And for most of our children's challenges through the teens, we're asking them to read at least 20 hours of reading, whether they're being read to themselves or they're reading themselves or they're being read to. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what we're following. And then we also have a preschool challenge, which is for 3 to 5. There is a kids challenge, which is 5 to 12-year-olds, and then there's also a teen challenge for 12 to 18. And then, as I mentioned, then 18 plus is for adults. And so it all involves reading, writing reviews, doing activities. Lots of the activities relate to the theme for Imagine Your Story. So they might be dealing with mythical creatures, they may be dealing with mythology, unicorns, like all kinds of princesses and knights and all that type of thing. So
if you're taking a short road trip with kids, you mm-hmm. can keep track of their reading very
yes.
easily and
keep
them reading over the summer, because the summer slide is going to be bad, I'm predicting, since the schools have been out for so long.
Yes, but I'm very excited to say that with the registrations that we currently have, we have around 315 for our whole system, which I feel like is wonderful. being that we just started summer reading on the 1st of June. So it's only been roughly about a week that we've been going, and I'm proud of the fact that we have that many active readers so far and that have signed up with us, and the fact that they have been reading. There's been some interesting things with Beanstack that on our side for reports and that we have access to. Things like we can find out what the top books are that are being read. That's one fun, unique thing about having something online, whereas part of your tracking, Beanstack allows you to scan the back of the book. So the ISBN number can be scanned, and then it automatically puts a book cover into your reading log online.
Yeah, it makes it so easy.
Yeah, so it's been fun to see what people are reading. Like, I know some of the popular ones in the top 12 right now are things like a couple of the different Harry Potter books, and then also Little Women is being read, some of the Dr. Seuss books. There's a couple,
good.
Pete the Cat. So lots of great stories that are being shared.
Yes. Well, I'm also glad to know Harry Potter is still popular.
Yes, yes. It's always good to keep J.K. Rowling up there.
And we're going to take this platform and do other challenges throughout the year, too.
Yes.
So
the idea that we started with this platform this year, we wanted to expand our reading with the kids and try to increase their reading all year long while they're in school. So we're considering doing some things. We're kind of brainstorming ideas of how we can use Beanstack more. So we're thinking of considering doing like a 1,000 books to read before kindergarten challenge, maybe a winter reading challenge, maybe even something with the Volunteer State Book Award. We're kind of just throwing down some ideas.
Well, let's talk, since it's so different, let's talk a little bit about the performers.
Sure.
Normally we would have our meeting room set up and you and the kids would come in, but it's a little different this time. So tell folks how that works.
We are in a partnership with WCTV here, and they are coming and recording our performers on site at our building here at Maine. And then what we're doing is we're going to be posting those on our website. We do have a page on our website currently that has some of our book list recommendations for summer reading on different topics. And then also on that same page, we have our summer reading performers, currently links to their shows that WCTV has recorded, and we're going to be changing that frequently throughout the summer. So right now what's up there is we have Science with Mr. Bond, we have Bob Tarter's Animology program, so live animals, and then also I just posted Jacob Johnson's music program, and his music program is really fun. He does things with drawing and instruments and telling your story with puppets, some really interactive things that can be watched from the comfort of your own home rather than being in the building and having to follow stricter procedures like wearing masks and that type of thing. We're trying to be safe for everyone and follow the CDC guidelines for safety.
Our format has changed, but the theme of keeping kids reading and having performers has not changed. We still do that.
Absolutely.
So
one of the other things we are doing currently as part of summer reading is our story times that we would normally have in person. They're actually virtual this summer. And so myself and Miss Barb and Miss Liz are all doing story times regularly during the week. My story times with Miss Stephanie run Sundays through Thursdays at 7 in the evening on our Facebook page for children, which I can give you that information too. It's WCPL TN Kids is all you have to look up to find it. Feel free to follow us or to like the page, and then you'll get notifications as to when we run the story times. But then Miss Barb's story time is on Fridays at 10 a.m. and Miss Liz's story time is on Thursdays at 10 a.m. So we have lots of opportunity for people to still be watching the morning story times from the comfort of their own homes. They can be in their pajamas. Nothing says you have to be dressed.
And the good thing about it is if you miss a live story time, we capture it and WCTV puts it on their YouTube channel.
Yes.
So you can watch it at your leisure. You don't have to watch it when it's live.
That's correct. And then we do also have an online digital storytime page on our website, wcpltn.org, that can also have access to some of those storytime clips. And then also, throughout this pandemic, we've been doing a reading project with the community where we're having community members coming in and doing reading for us that WCTV has been helping us record, which has been lots of fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
those have been fun. And we've got a very special guest coming this week, but you'll have to kind of keep an eye on who it is. We've got a very special guest coming this week. What are we doing anything in the way of prizes? I know you're giving badges away. What else are we doing?
Yes, we have the electronic badges that you get for different parts of Bean Stack. Some of it, I know you get one for signing up, and then there's one for reading, one for the activities, and those are digital badges. But then there is a prize structure that is that goes along with that. We have Sonic coupons again this year that we will be giving away. We have we've partnered with some great organizations this year. Vanderbilt University has given us access to a free home opener ticket to their game in September that they have that the kids can get for reading. And I want to say that's the 15-hour prize. And obviously we will be giving the free books like we normally do from Scholastic. We also are partnering with the Williamson County Fair this year, and even though the fair was canceled, they are going to give us a blue ribbon for all of the participants, and then the participants will get their name recognized on the county fair website.
Oh, good.
And then hopefully next year when the fair comes around again, we'll be able to partner next summer for a free ticket for the kids.
Well, I would encourage folks to check out the summer reading program, check out the story times. Some of the themes have been real good. Stephanie's done one on birthdays, which was really good. She's done one on people getting along and how to interact with each other, and how to show hugs and instead of opposition to each other. They're great story times. They're great story times.
And one thing I forgot to share, we should thank our sponsors this year for summer reading. We have a lot of great ones. Like I said, we partnered with the local Sonic here in Franklin. We've partnered with Pizza Hut, the Williamson County Fair, our foundation. We would not be able to do it without the Williamson County Public Library Foundation. They're wonderful. They always financially support our performers and prizes and things like that every year. We also, did I forget anybody? Obviously Bean Stack is a great partner. Nissan has also given us money this year to our foundation to help support summer reading. So we couldn't do it without their financial help, and obviously without public community participation.
So the website for the library is wcpltn.org.
Yep.
You can find out more through our Facebook. And then if you want to go straight to Bean Stack, what's that website again?
It is williamsoncounty.beanstack.org.
Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's nice to be back in the studio and getting back to somewhat of a normal routine these days.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Another special guest I have today is Jeffy Nicholson. Jeffy is our Adult Services Manager, and which really doesn't describe everything that she does. It's actually just a small part of her and other duties that she helps us out with at the library. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. Well, we talked about the summer reading program and how that is different. So tell us about how visiting the library and what the reference department's doing that's different.
the supply chains for a lot of things have been disrupted. So a lot of the books we've been trying to get have been delayed a little bit that are on the New York Times bestseller list. But I can tell you and assure you, we have ordered everything that's on that list.
May not be able to tell you exactly when it's going to be here, but it is coming. Well, a lot of the distributors have been also distributing materials for COVID-19 supplies and that sort of thing. So it's kind of moved things
Well, there are
around a little
priorities. Yes.
so, which is understandable.
Yes.
But we have done some programs for adults
Yes.
virtually as well as children's programs.
And we have been doing our Alzheimer's program series has moved online, and we are working with the Master Gardeners to start providing some of their program series online. And we're reaching out to others for whom we have done programs and trying to set up and schedule them to be online also.
Yeah, some like the United Way's Vita Service, they've come up with their way of their platforms and stuff they're using. And I know we did that with the Alzheimer's program.
Right.
They're using a platform and we just feed off of that. So some people are using what we're doing and some groups are using what they've already set up. And that's true with some of our summer reading performers too.
Right, and the United Way Vita Tax Assistant has always been really popular every year. This year they decided to move online after everything shut down so they could continue to provide their services too. And you can find them at United Way File for Free. And they will, you can go ahead and file if you want, but they also have a way to assist you digitally with a digital conference. So I'm sure it's like what we're doing with Zoom or WebEx.
And I'm going to be interested to hear what happens with them because it's trying to do taxes that way doesn't seem very easy to me. But.
Right, and you do have to scan all your documents and be able to upload them. So now that we're open, people who do need to, we do have 2 computers with scanners so people can come in and use those to scan and upload their documents on the internet.
Physically coming to the library is a lot different than what it used to be.
Yes, we have a screening process now in accordance with the governor's guidelines and the Tennessee Pledge. Like I said, right now we're asking everyone to wear a mask to come into the facility, especially that first hour. But you come in and you'll be greeted with a person, sometimes me, wearing with a face shield and their mask on, and they will take your temperature. And then they'll have a sheet that has 5 questions on it. You know, have you experienced shortness of breath, a cough? Have you had a fever within the last 48 hours? There are 5 questions, and if you answer yes to any of them, we would have to ask you to come back at a different time. But that's just to try to keep everyone in the building healthy and protect our other patrons that are in the facility as well as the staff. So. And then after that, we ask for some contact tracing information. That way, if later on, and it could be up to a week, I think later, we would be able to, or the health department would be able to call you and let you know that you might want to take some precautionary measures.
Yeah. And one of the things that Jeffy's been doing during this weird pandemic is she's been online with some other public relations people in the county.
Public information officers.
Public information officers. I knew they had a title. I couldn't remember what it was. But they have been, and it's been good to find out, what the city of Franklin's doing in promotion and cross-promote materials. And I would like to see that kind of continue in some format after all this is
Yes, I believe
over.
the county public information officer, Hannah, has said that she would like to continue these meetings and that it is very useful for all of us to communicate with each other. So that is a bonus of the pandemic, that communications are becoming improved across the county for all of us.
Yeah, I feel like one of the pluses is I've gotten to know people better than I did because we're working in a different way these days. So, well, what's ahead for reference? What do you see ahead for reference?
Well, I think we're going to continue trying to develop more virtual options. We're looking at ways we might be able to begin to conduct the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency exams again, and how to better provide the services either virtually or at a safe social distance. So it may require some movement by the patrons and by us, but we're hopeful that we will be able to make more progress in that direction.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes to be handing somebody a book and you're trying to social distance if you're checking out, or trying to show something on a computer to somebody when you're supposed to social distance.
Right now there is pretty much zero face-to-face services. So we are providing direction, but we're not able to escort you necessarily to that section of the bookshelves. My staff are just now finishing up the adult summer reading program on the Beanstack website. So that should be launching this week.
Too, yeah.
It will be very similar to what we've done in the previous years. You'll be able to submit a book review online. You know, we've been quibbling over some things like, do you want a 500-word limit, a 750-word limit? Let's go back and look at the previous reviews and see. And there will be some physical prizes too, where people can come in and pick out a small something for participation.
Well, anything else that you want to toss out there?
No, we've enjoyed seeing our patrons again.
Yeah.
I've bumped into the occasional one here in town, and it has been wonderful to see people walking past the library as I go out for lunch sometimes and been able to chat with them, or bumping into them at the Kroger on Columbia. Yeah, librarians eat too. And seeing people again and just recognizing faces. We are doing our best to recognize everyone behind their mask.
And here.
And here.
Because when I'm doing the information for contact tracing, sometimes it's hard to hear when you've got a mask, when somebody's wearing a mask.
And when we're doing the screening and when we're at our service desk, we are so appreciative of everyone being super patient with us when we ask them to please repeat something, or when they ask us to repeat something.
That's true.
I keep joking with everyone that when we take off our mask, eventually maybe next year, when it's safe to do so, I'm going to be yelling at everybody because I've had to project so much more.
I know.
Most of our library staff are so soft-spoken that you do have to ask them to repeat themselves.
Well, you can visit our website.
Yes, and if you have questions about what's going on, visit us at the website at wcpltn.org, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter, and we've been updating also our library blog. And if you have any questions at all about what's happening at the library, or want to be sure you receive the latest news, scroll down to the very bottom of our website page, and there is a link to sign up for the library e-newsletter. And then that way, if there's an emergency announcement, like when we had to close unexpectedly for the pandemic, you will get that.
Yes, that's all. I constantly tell people to sign up for the newsletter. It's good for information like Stephanie was talking about with the summer reading program. It's good for about closings or anything different that we're doing online. So
yes, and we try not to spam you too much, or send emails too frequently.
Most of the time it's one week, one day a week.
I don't think we've ever gone over more than 3 in 1 week. So it's
people
it's
seem
a nice
to appreciate
resource.
that that's a good way to get information too. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm District Attorney General Kim Helper. My fellow DAs and I successfully fought for new elder abuse laws and procedures that have police departments and agencies using improved tools to protect our seniors. Victims of elder abuse are often unable to recognize or report abuse themselves. They need your voice. If you suspect abuse, contact local law enforcement or adult protective services. Let's work together to protect our seniors.
Thank you so much for joining me today, and a very special thank you to my guest, Stephanie Wycihowski, who is our Children's Department Supervisor, and Jeffy Nicholson, who is our Adult Services Supervisor. Please keep in touch with us and keep up to date on what the library is doing. You can sign up for our e-newsletter, which is a real easy way to get information. You can do that from our website, wcpltn.org, tell you about the programs going on. And also you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at WCPLTN. And until next time, explore your world and read.